We are with Sean Thompson, who is a client of the Fat Loss Forever programme. Now, we'll get straight into things, as Sean's an incredibly busy man. So in terms of yourself, Sean, you've obviously been in the programme quite a while. We had our ups and downs, but you've really kind of developed a serious rhythm, let's say over the last 4 to 5 months especially. What have you gained most from the programme so far?
Apart from changing my shape and dropping a lot of body fat, I would say I feel a lot healthier. I feel more energized, feel more confident. You know, my metabolic rate is a 21-year-old. So, you know, I can now say to my wife that, you're married to a 21-year-old. But I think probably just the knowledge to know what I'm doing. So even if, you know, I'm not planning on leaving the program anytime soon, but even if I did, I'd know how to continue making progress. I think for me, that's probably the thing I've gained the most.
100%. Well, that's the goal. Fat loss forever. Show you how to do it properly. For yourself, I mean, what were maybe some of the things we were able to help you with, or what was the kind of areas you struggled with mostly with yourself before starting? Was it that sort of knowledge around nutrition training, or what were the kind of challenges for you?
Definitely knowledge of what I should be tracking, how I should be tracking. But I think for me, it was trying to be consistent with family, with work, with business. It's, you know, I work a lot of hours trying to get the balance between myself and family life and spending some time for myself. I think, again, going back to the previous question, I got to a point in my life where I was, again, with family, with work, all I was doing was that, and I didn't have any time for myself. And that was really starting to impact on all areas of my life. So I think from that point of view, knowledge and probably being held accountable to what I'm doing. Yep.
Well, that's one of the biggest points of feedback we get, and it's one of the biggest reasons why most people start, Sean. So 100%. What was maybe some of the reasons you nearly didn't join? If there was any. I know you've done a kind of month trial at the start, and then you decided to sign up, Sean, if I remember right. But what were maybe some of the reasons you didn't join, or what was maybe some of your reservations before joining a program like this?
I think it was probably whether I was going to commit to it, and I didn't want to waste the money which could have been spent on other things, really. I think that was my biggest fear, because I've gone through phases of trying to get back into the gym and trying to be healthy. So I think that was probably my biggest. I didn't want to waste the time. And I think at the beginning of this, I probably was. You know, I was trying to go to the gym, but it wasn't consistent. Wasn't getting all my sessions in. And probably still eating unhealthily, not, you know, expecting there to be results. And actually the results weren't happening until, but eventually I kicked myself up the arse and got on with what I should have been doing in the first place.
Good man, Sean. And final question for yourself. I mean, what again, I speak to a lot of guys in similar positions to yourself, Sean. You've got a business, you've got family to run, you've got plenty going on. Like, what would you say to anyone who's struggling to carve the time out for themselves, you know, knowing the positive impacts that it's maybe had in your own life?
I think the time that I work out is probably what's helped me the most. I started doing it I started doing it after work, and then by the time something came up and something else come up, so what I do now is I tend to get up before whilst everyone's still in bed. I have 2 hours for myself down the gym, and then come back 8 o'clock. Everyone's just getting up or having breakfast, and then I can crack on with the day. So I think that for me is probably something. Any advice I'd give to anyone is actually maybe just get the workout done before your day starts.
Yeah, 100%. I fully agree. I'm a morning person myself, exactly the same. So, Sean, thank you very much for your time. I won't hold any more of it. Really do appreciate these. And yeah, Sean's been a perfect example of what can be done with just a bit of restructuring as well. So thank you very much for this one, Sean. Really appreciate it, mate.
Cheers, mate.